All right, let's go. Is President-elect Trump working to establish a strategic national reserve of American cryptocurrencies, including XRP, HBAR, and Bitcoin? We're going to look into this and talk about all the price action, as it has been a volatile couple of days. But first, all of us were watching as Jerome Powell cut interest rates by the anticipated quarter percentage point. As we talked about in the previous video, it seems like the cut was definitely priced in, as the market reacted accordingly. But even if it feels like crypto is sticking it to you hard, don't be that parent that ruins Christmas.
It's not just a scooter.
Yeah.
I wanted a fucking bike.
Are you serious?
I fucking hate Christmas now. It's some fucking shite.
So when it comes to gifts, I think it's best to just tell people exactly what you want. Unless you live in California where everything is just free. Seems like the only thing left to do is
Pump it to over $1 billion, 300 million, trillion market cap.
and enjoy our view from the top. All right, I want to get into all the news, and we're going to look closely at the recent price action, maybe even get in another joke or two. That is, if I don't forget. Let's start with the story from the opening. Is Trump considering cryptocurrencies such as XRP and HBAR along with Bitcoin?
The bigger news isn't just price. The bigger news is actually all the enterprise solutions that are going to come out of this presidency. So it's not just Bitcoin. We've got Ripple that's building a stable coin that launches on Tuesday. We've got HBAR that's launching enterprise solutions.
So time will tell if this indeed turns out to be true. It doesn't seem that far-fetched with what we've heard from the Trump team so far. One thing is for sure, if it does turn out to be true,
I just sit there with a thumb up my ass.
moving along, new crypto and AI czar David Sachs is in Washington, D.C. this week, meeting with many of the crypto-friendly congressmen and women. And here we see him meeting with one of my favorite congressmen, the outspoken Tom Emmer from Minnesota. Actually, I think we have some video of that meeting.
I'm gonna shake your hand. I wanna shake his 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 hand.
But can you really blame Tom? He's had to deal with the old AI czar for 4 long years.
AI is kind of a fancy thing. It's, first of all, it's 2 letters. It means artificial intelligence.
And watching the Tom Emmer handshake reminds me of one of the greatest handshake exchanges of all time. Take a look at this from John Reed Stark, who we all recently became more familiar with after the 60 Minutes interview with Brad. Now you know the crypto market is about to go crazy when even he is calling out Gary Gensler and the SEC. He says, with a rush of sudden lame duck promotions, SEC Chair Gary Gensler has begun a shameful deep state crusade. Gensler's actions are not just disgraceful, they are also scandalous. It's a long post that is linked below, but in summary, he says, SEC Chair Gary Gensler has quietly promoted 5 senior officers in the enforcement division, 4 of whom are crypto enforcement experts. Stark says these career promotions are typically rare and spaced over years, not rushed in secret. Speculation on whether this is an attempt to maintain influence after Gensler's departure, as the incoming chair, Paul Atkins, is expected to halt crypto-related enforcement. This obviously sets up a clash between Gensler's appointees and Atkins. Stark raises accusations of political maneuvering and deep state tactics undermining President Trump's pro-crypto agenda.
I will not go down without a fight. If someone is going to take the chair of the SEC away from me, they will have to pry my cold, dead body off this office chair and drag me out kicking and screaming into the abyss.
And then we got a bit of good news from Ellie Tourette of Fox Business. Senate scraps vote to renominate SEC's Crenshaw following crypto backlash.
I just found out that Sherrod Brown has taken down his second attempt to put one of the totally toxic nominees onto the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission. She's the person that pushes for DEI, climate activism. This was a last-minute bad faith effort to come back and make our capital markets less competitive than ever. We blocked it today. We're winning today. The American people spoke on the 5th of November, and people are listening here in Washington.
And this is pretty crazy. We talked about these real-world asset treasury bills on the XRP Ledger from Alicia. Well, they sold out in under 10 minutes. And take a look at this. Some interesting speculation sparked from this post. From Watcher Guru on X, just in, 1.5 trillion Deutsche Bank builds L2 blockchain on Ethereum. And that in itself not that interesting, but you see this reply. Do you think they're going to use USDT or RLUSD? This is why RLUSD is on both the XRP Ledger and Ethereum networks. Funnels being set up. Pay attention to what's happening. Exciting news. And the launch of RLUSD has gone about as well as anybody could have hoped. No massive fluctuations, and the coin has settled in beautifully on peg. One interesting thing is how much of a Ripple fanboy Chuck Hoskinson has become.
Just a little bit about real USD. It'd be nice to see that become multi-chain, because I think it is a real competitor for Circle and Tether, and they bring a lot to the table, and it's about time that we have proper competitors in the marketplace, because these monopolies are creating a lot of issues for tons of different projects. For example, Cardano is a nearly $40 billion ecosystem, and Circle refuses to deploy on our chain. It's not for a lack of asking. And if they did deploy, there would be hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars of USDC created. It'd make them a lot of money. But for some reason, they choose not to do that. And so it's really nice that we have a third option that's starting to enter in, that's regulated by the NYDFS, with wonderful partners like Bitstamp and Bullish and MoonPay and others. And I look really forward to seeing if we can find a way to get that into the Cardano ecosystem and for that to go multi-chain. You see, XRP is waking up. And one of the things about XRP is that it's going to start talking to not just the legacy TradFi world, but through smart contracts and bridges, it's going to start talking to the rest of the cryptocurrency industry. And there is enough functionality in XRP, just like Bitcoin, where there can be different DeFi layers that come in. And you already see this with the Flare interaction and actually the escrow account capability that the Ledger has. I think there's a path to get like Midnight smart contracts, Ethereum smart contracts, and other things. And if they're going to enter the DeFi space, which is a multi-trillion-dollar space, you kind of do need a stable coin. And so this is kind of future-proofing, and I think it's a lot of great wisdom and foresight on Brad's side and Dave's side to bring this functionality into the ecosystem, and it's really going to help grow XRP to the next level.
And from potential partnerships to actual partnerships, Equity Labs, Intel, and NVIDIA unveil verifiable compute, a solution to secure trusted AI. And Equity Lab is a Hedera partner. Verifiable compute is the first hardware-based solution for secure AI governance and auditing. All right, let's take a look at some of the price action.
I'm always late to these runs. I'm gonna bet it and set it.
We'll take a look at a couple of different charts, but first let's take a look at how the market has reacted after the last few FOMC meetings. First, from Ali Charts, after the last 3 FOMC meetings, Bitcoin dominance has dropped and altcoins rebounded. And then you couple that with this tweet, altcoins bleeding into FOMC. Where have we seen this before? The previous 2 FOMC meetings, we have seen the exact same type of price action, slow bleed and chop, then ultimately resolves in a big snap back to the upside. And if we look here at some XRP price targets and possible buying zones, this is on the 2-week scale, and we do have to keep in mind that the market in general is at overbought conditions. We still have the stochastic RSI above 80 and the RSI well above the moving average. If we end up moving lower, we look at this orange box, which we know is the 0.618 and the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement levels, which is between $1.01 and $1.41. This is a spot I'm definitely going to look to add more, especially if we see the market turn neutral or to fear. If XRP heads higher, first area to watch is this level around $3.37 as a take profit zone. This is based on the measured move from this triangle breakout. And you can see here additional take profit levels listed between $4 and $10 These are based on Fibonacci extension levels from the previous bull cycles in 2017 and 2021. And we'll take a look at more price action as it becomes available, but I think I may have found the new anthem for the upcoming 2025 bull market.
People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor.
All right, let me know your 2025 price predictions. And if you have a couple more minutes, you may also like this video right here, where we look at some indicators that show XRP may be heading to $100 in 2025. Until the next time, be safe.